Chap, my question is about birthdays.
Yes. Thank you. You're in the right place.
Don't you think I look young for my age?
Well, how old are you, Grant?
I'm 21.
In that case, you look terrible. I mean, like, Crypt Keeper level shit going on over here. Yeah, no.
Granny! Coming to the cookout? She marched on Montgomery with MLK. There are photos, look it up. Waldo. Common a friend, where's Waldo? Where is Waldo? In times of war, where's Waldo? People are dying in the streets. Where the fuck is Waldo? I'll tell you where he is. Hiding on the goddamn beach somewhere. I can't find him. What kind of ally is that? He should be loud, he should be proud. What he needs to do is march his ass down to a store and get some kente cloth. Well, I have a solution. Spider-Man needs to start saying the N-word. Picture this. You're tied to a set of train tracks, all right? You see the train coming towards you, you're ready, you made your peace with life. Spider-Man comes in, whip, 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 he stops the train, slows it down, and he removes you from the tracks. He saves you. You've got a new lease on life, you're pushed off to the side, you're feeling great. And you go, thank you so much, Spider-Man. And he turns to you and says, hey, no problem, nigga.
We're asking ourselves, Vic, how do I know that word? A great question. It is a culinary term. See, fruits, for example, do have a scientific definition.
Sorry, it's a
Reverse ratatouille.
Reverse ratatouille.
Oh, it's a reverse ratatouille.
It's a manatouille.
manatouille, someone said.
Is this a very large rat or a very small human?
Regular size rat, extra tiny human.
Thank you very much.
Grains are, in a lot of cases, fruit. It is a seed and its accessory parts.
Are we just fruit?
Not me.
Some of us.
I've been waiting for that joke all day.
Well, I Googled, like everybody else, what happens if you kill all birds? And the results were not in our favor. According to Quora, which is where the truth lies, it is not a good idea to kill all birds.
The film quality. From the 90s into the 2000 era, we had like a really solid golden era, right? And then like he started acting and we loved that. But then we kind of got into this weird era and then the Bat Mitzvah movie was cute, right? So like if we were looking at his film quality, would he be famous?
Some years, yes.
Some years, yes.
He'd be like a senator that's elected and then has a break and then gets elected again because they came up with something new.
Right.
I'd like it to counterpoint that Little Nicky is my favorite Adam Sandler movie.
That's so weird.
By a show of hands, who here knows the most dreams they've ever had in a single night? Who knows the total number of gallons they've ever peed? Reika, do you know?
Why are you pointing at me?
Me neither. But with my stat tracker, you would have all these analytics at your fingertips in a convenient, easy-to-read display across your back. Now, how does this benefit us? Well, for one thing, compare with friends. Let's say you meet somebody and you think, I have nothing in common with this person. But then you learn you and them have the exact same number of white blood cells. Instant bond. Who has ever seen something that they didn't want to look at? 100%, yeah. But evolution has gifted us a way to deal with that, a classic technique.
Whoa.
Right now, many of us in this room
Graphic.
have millions, billions, even trillions of these tiny bugs squirming and swarming. So I started thinking about this and I realized there's gotta be a better way. Well, first of all, it's a numbers game. That's why we do it. Okay, our bodies make trillions of these disgusting bugs because it wants to hedge its bets that one of them will be healthy and viable and create a new life, okay?
Sure.
But why work harder when you can work smarter? I propose that our bodies instead put our energies towards making one perfect, huge sperm. It would be flawless every time. It would be roughly the size of a small worm. We can call it a squirm.
A small worm.
A swarm?
Or a small snake, kind of. And you would kind of writhe around and flap like when you catch a fish and it's on the boat and it's just kind of like...
Why does it have to do that?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry. It will still be wet. That's still part of it.
I wasn't worried. Fucking worried.
We have different desires.
It would be covered in fluid. That's still part of it. I'm not
Thank
getting rid of
God.
that.
That much fluid.
Let me explain why this is an improvement. Now, first of all, I don't mean to brag, but I am gay. So, and I know that I'm speaking from a position of privilege, but I personally have never had to worry about a pregnancy scare. But I know that many people out there have. But with the sperm, you wouldn't have a pregnancy scare ever again. you could rest assured with certainty that the sperm had been fished out and disposed of.
Wait.
Out of what? Where is it?
In
Are
the trash.
are dick holes still the same size?
Where is it hiding?
Let him cook. Let him cook.
If it's flopping, do you have to kill it?
It would die in a matter of minutes.
Oh my minutes! is
Toss
a
it in the
lot.
sink, down, turn on the garbage disposal. I see some people nodding.
Ooh.
I'm also a queer man, so I understand.
Right. Now, I was just kidding about that last section.
Oh, thank God.
So if you were nodding in agreement, just know that I'm judging you, and I do think that was disgusting. But the point that I was trying to make was how nice would it have been to turn off your ears?
Wow.
If we had a see-through panel on our chest that displayed all of our organs,
Yeah.
Okay.
it would be a huge improvement for many reasons. For one thing, compare with friends.
A big priority for
Not
you.
everything has to be gamified, Paul.
Every time.
Is anyone here friends with Paul?
Are you
What's it like outside of Smarty Pants?
all like
Today.
really, really good?
Who's taller?
Yes.
Whose shoe size are bigger? How big is your hand compared to my hand? I'm so sick of all those already.
I'm so sick of it.
I'm so sick
And
of
now
it.
you can see if
I
you're
need
sick
new
from the
things to
inside.
compare. Now,
I love
we
it.
could look at each other's chest cavity and see who has a better tint of blood.
Ooh.
Whose texture on their kidney is cooler.
But you would have muscle, fat, you know, like fascia in between that and the organ.
No, you wouldn't.
Fascia, fashion.
Hey, Janie, consider no,
No,
you
you
wouldn't.
I'm the one designing this thing, and you wouldn't.
Shirts. Is that existing in this world?
Well, they'd be covered up most of the time, but you would want to compare with friends, so you would.
You would want to compare with friends.
Please consider, maybe when you're alone, you're wearing a shirt, but the moment a friend or two comes over, you're gonna be ripping those off to start comparing.
There's no boobs in this world then.
You would be able to like move your boobs like over
Whoa.
to see.
Can you just pull them off and
I
stick
want
them back
that
on?
separately.
Like,
Actually, you know what? Have any of you seen that thing where it's like a public restroom where like you flip a switch and then the walls go from clear transparent glass to opaque glass?
Okay,
It could be
I
like that.
love that.
You
Yeah.
could do transition lenses.
You meet a girl, you go back to your
Yeah.
place, she turns on her boobs. and you
Yeah,
get to see
yeah.
what's inside.
Mitten hands, that was obvious. We don't have to talk about it.
No. Ew. I hate that.
We got solid, liquid, and gas. Now, these things also represent the forms of things that we both consume into our bodies and expel from our bodies. What I mean is solid. You eat food and you poop poop. With liquid, with liquid, you drink water, you pee pee. And with gas, you of course breathe air and you fart farts. There are some additional ones in the liquid category, of course, because you got cry tears, bleed blood, cum, drool, drool, expel diarrhea.
I've seen all these bands play live.
These are all fine and good. But there's one thing that's actually more prevalent in our universe than solids, liquids, or gas, and that's plasma. This state of matter is mostly found in stars and stuff, galaxies, nebula, lightning, okay? But we don't consume it into our human bodies, and nor do we expel it. So what I propose is something with plasma. I don't know what this would really look like yet. I'd love to brainstorm it together at some point. I just know that it would be really great if we could both consume a version of it and expel it.
We have plasma in our blood.
The plasma in our blood isn't a plasma. The plasma in space was named after that.
I understand, thank you.
Why is this good? Primarily, no more FOMO. I have a lot of FOMO about this. And so I just think something in this category would be great. I don't really have specifics, and I don't know what it would be called. I have some pitches. We might call it Quaving Zint, Grumping Crunt. We might call it Sturging Blick.
I'm sorry, call what?
The plasma.
The plasma.
thing-
What would you
Breakup.
Thing we don't know.
Whatever the thing with plasma
Plasma would
is.
be pee, pee,
In the same way you pee, you would splurge blick.
Thank you, Chap.
I'm following you.
Two images side by side here. On the left, you see a newborn giraffe, and on the right, you see a newborn baby.
Yep.
The giraffe is roaming, prancing, dancing, running, eating. It was probably born this morning, and it can already do all those things. That baby can't do shit, except shit. And in the future, maybe crump some blick. Right now, it's absolutely helpless. I propose Pregnancy lasting 19 to 27 months.
I think you're gonna get
so
some
you've
pushback
never
on
had a
this.
pregnancy scare.
There's a lot of benefits to this. First off, we would be more equipped for the world once we were born. We would be more independent. You might say, Paul, that sounds horrible. Paul, I don't want to deal with that. That sounds traumatic, painful, awful. Well, in this version of it, it would actually be really comfortable and feel really good for the mom.
That's right.
So I factored it in.
Okay, great.
Plus, you can compare babies with friends.
Now, I can't be fully, I gotta be a little bipartisan here, okay? Because yes, one guy is less awful than the other guy, bar none. But I do not think you wanna see Joe Biden fighting terrorists on a plane. I don't even wanna see him on a stair without a banister. This movie features Harrison Ford putting a parachute on and then ripping the cord and jumping out of a plane that's crashing. Joe Biden would turn to dust if he put a JanSport backpack on.
Oh, no.
Could you imagine Joe Biden firing a gun, throwing a punch? I can't watch a movie president going forward not thinking of Slow Joe getting his ass whooped.
The feds also realized that his mining claim was totally invalid. He didn't own the land at all because he'd never found or even tried to find any materials to mine there. And the kicker was those natural hot springs, he'd just been running a boiler under some big-ass tub.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Good
brilliant.
for him.
So in 1974, he was tried, convicted, and arrested. They got him, folks. No.
Let's hear him out.
This is America, and the man who had spent his life tricking people with cancer served 49 days of a 60-day sentence.
Oh, God.
And then, even though preaching his whole life about abstinence from alcohol and clean living, he moved to Las Vegas, where he lived until age 90, and he died a peaceful, happy, rich man.
Exactly 2 weeks to the day after that footage was filmed, I was standing at the base of that hill. My 8th grade class had taken a trip to 2.5 hours north of my hometown to Cedar Point. It's 10:45 in the morning. The early summer sun is burning the last of the haze off of a sparkling Lake Erie, which is great news, because rumor has it that from the top of the hill, you can see all the way to Canada. A bright yellow train is cresting and about to begin its 90-mile-an-hour drop, and I am sitting on this bench. I hadn't gone on. I was afraid, Reka. You believe that about a man like me? As big and strong as I am, that's true. I was 13 years old, and I don't have any pictures of myself from that day, but this is the general idea.
Oh my God, your legs.
This guy wipes his ass like this.
I don't think it should surprise anyone that most of this guy's friends were girls, so instead of riding the roller coaster, I offered to hold everyone's purses.
Oh.
There I sat, surrounded by an embarrassment of riches I was too terrified to collect. See, we didn't know it at the time, but my class was there in the middle of the boom times, the coaster wars.
Seems like it's time to throw out the syllabus.
Outfit change. No, wait, what? Those are my cards. It's not a syllabus.